So Ed, here you are at week 2. I want to point out a couple of things here. Comparison to your week 1. We talked a little bit about this the other day, how you were straight up and down. If you look at your back hip on your leg kick, you're really not moving anywhere. Um, and this week you did a much better job of that. One of the things we want to focus on is uh, the time it takes from initial movement until front foot strike. All right. And the first week, you're right about 1.3, 1.35 seconds. We want to be as close to 1 second as possible. 1.05 being about the highest we want to be from initial forward movement towards the plate until foot strike. So initial movement should actually start at the beginning of leg kick. So we want to be in that 1 second, you know, 1/1000, and we're landing. Um, we still see, last week we talked about at landing, we see that foot sliding there, which is a product of the weight not transferring forward. So we're landing, there's still a lot of weight on the backside that has to make its way forward, causing the foot to slip, which is decreasing the speed at which the arm can rotate through. Here, this week, we still see a little bit of that. We see the foot landing, and then we see that little push right there. Not nearly as significant, so it's a little better there, but we're still seeing it, okay? That's one thing we want to focus on. And one of the ways I like to think about this, if there's a problem here on the front side, the cause of the problem is probably back here. By the same token, if we got an upper body problem, it's probably caused by the lower body. So if this is the area we're focused on, so something's going on here, there's the symptom. Okay, we want to find the cause of that. And the cause is simply the weight not being adequately transferred. Okay, so once you see you're moving, right there, you kind of start to just push sideways, and as the front leg just kind of swings open. Okay, so you're not really transferring weight as much as you're kind of reaching out with your front leg. The weight's kind of still just sitting on that back leg. If we can focus on, I guess the easiest way to think about it is when we land, back up one frame. So when we land front foot strike, we want to see these shoelaces pointing at home plate, all the way up on our tiptoe. In other words, this hip is all the way rotated, okay? So if we can think about as we're coming down the mound, right at this point, we would want to go ahead and fire this side open, okay? So if that, you see how your front leg, okay, your front leg is initiating the rotation. So it's kind of trying to pull you open, as opposed to your backside getting to that same point, which is good. You're great right there. Now if we would go ahead from that point and fire the backside, okay? So let's go ahead and kick that backside open. What you're going to find is the weight completely transfers, and we have a much stronger, stable landing. Plus, the hips are way ahead of the upper body at that point, which is going to put you into a great place for segmented rotation. The hips are already gone, or should be, and then our upper body is able to stabilize and whip right on through. So I would say, as far as where do we go from here, this week, let's really focus on, continuing to move. You're in a great position here, and let's go ahead and rip that backside open rather than letting the front side kind of pull us. I hope you can see your front side swinging open, just kind of lazily pulling the back hip around. Okay, we want to get to this point and be dynamic with the backside. We're going to kick it open right there, end the landing. All right, so again, you're doing some good things. You're making some great progress. I got a couple things I want to talk to you about this week. As far as the colleges go. So I'm looking forward to seeing you this week. All right, take care, Ed.